grow an existing one, or manage your personal finances? Your search stops right here. Join Mukonke Mukonkela from Inside Partners Africa every Tuesdays at 7:20 hours on the Dalama Insights Business Show, a program that gives you the best and most practical, actionable insights.
The Radio 4 of the Zama National Broadcasting Corporation. It is good morning and welcome to the Dalama Insights Radio Show. We're here with a special follow-up today, looking at some of the questions we received about the upcoming Learn About Bonds and Stocks and Invest with Confidence workshop. Joining us in the studio is Mukonke Mukonkela from Inside Partners Africa. Mukonke, it is good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Leslie. How have you been?
Very, very well, thank you. And how are you?
I'm okay. I seem to be running out of time. I need 48-hour days now. I keep rushing here, you know.
That's a good sign. It's progress. When someone is running out of time, we always say it's progress. So the person should be busy.
That's great.
Now, we've had an overwhelming response, to our last episode, and many listeners have reached out with queries. Let's start with the common questions, though. Can you remind us of the workshop dates and the times?
Thank you, Leslie. So this is in connection with the Learn About Stocks and Bonds workshop that we are holding next month. And I would really like to thank everybody that called in, WhatsApped me, and I emailed them the course agenda or outline. For those that I missed out, bear with me. I can always send it to you anytime. So this workshop is happening next month on the 7th and 21st of September. These are Saturdays, and they were selected basically because of feedback we got from the last training that we did online, where participants, especially those that couldn't attend, suggested that we hold this workshop during the weekend so that when they have time off from work, they can also attend this workshop. So these are the dates that we have for the workshop, and we start at 8 and end at 16. So they are full training days. So we are there at the Radisson Blu from 8 to 16. We take breaks in between, lunch break and tea breaks. So this is how the program is designed. Yes.
Now, a crucial question as well is, what is the deadline for a registration for this program?
It's a good question. We have deadlines for registrations so that we prepare well for our trainings. So for the September workshop, the deadline is 4th September. That's for the 7th September workshop. The deadline is 4th September. And then for the 21st workshop, which is on stocks, it is 14th September. So take note of those deadline dates. This means that we will not be taking any registrations after these dates because we need to prepare for the workshops as well as communicate with the venue in terms of the numbers that are attending the workshop. So it's very, very important that you register before the deadline dates. So we've got quite a number of days before then, Leslie, right?
Yeah. Now, let's address how people pay for the workshop, though. How often it's being done.
Another great question. Last time we did the online training, we were accepting mobile money payments and bank transfers. This time around, we're accepting bank transfers only because we had quite a few issues with the mobile money payments. Yes, we could receive the money, but reconciling the accounts was pretty difficult. So this time around, you need to make a transfer to our bank account, and then we'll send you a receipt and confirm your registration. So that is how you pay for the workshop. So we'll give you the bank details for Inside Partners. You simply deposit, and then once we see the payment, or you send the POP to mukonke@insidepartnersafrica.com, we will then be able to provide you with a receipt and an invoice and add you to the list of attendance. Yes.
Now let's move to some other important questions. So, many listeners, have been wondering about the prerequisite knowledge for the workshop. Like, what do you need to know, or what qualifications do you need? What level of financial understanding should participants have?
This is very interesting. So, for you as a participant, the basic knowledge is sufficient. What is important is your interest to become an investor, to buy your first government bond, or to buy your first shares that are of companies that are listed on the Lusaka Securities Exchange. So in terms of the knowledge that you need to have, I think what you need to have really is just a burning desire and interest to learn how to buy shares and how to buy a government bond. That is all we need. I am going to cover and break down any complexities when it comes to investing in GRZ bonds, that is the government of Zambia, Republic of Zambia bonds. I'll break down any complexities and help you, take you step by step in terms of where you are at, how do you open a CSD account, all the way up to how do you buy your first treasury bill or government bond. And the same applies with the stocks, which we are holding on the 21st. So how can you start buying shares, and how can you use the Luce app to buy shares yourself? And so this is what we're going to go through. You really don't need to have a lot of knowledge in the investing world. Basic knowledge is okay, but it's really not that important, because here we're just going through step by step how to buy the government bonds and opening these accounts that are very critical for you to become an investor in Zambia.
Okay. And another question as well that we've received about the workshop, is the workshop materials. Like what should participants, expect to receive during and after the workshop?
This is an absolutely very important question to ask. In the last online workshop we had participants interested in receiving the video that we had recorded and other materials. So unfortunately, we could not provide the video because of the capacity to upload it on a server. However, if you come in person, you are going to receive handouts of the training material. In fact, there was a workbook that we shared even for online participants last time. There's a workbook that takes you through everything we cover in the training, including questions and exercises that help us to apply what we are learning in the training. And also, a workbook that shows you the step-by-step processes in terms of how to open a CSD account. What are the requirements? What do you need to have readily available for you to open these accounts? Not just the CSD, but all relevant accounts that are required for you to become an investor. So we'll provide you with the materials, the workbook, any pre-workshop questionnaires to help us to design the workshop so that it's relatable to you, the people that are going to be in the room. So quite a lot of interesting materials are going to be shared with you during the training. And even after the training, we've established a WhatsApp group for the Ndalama Insights radio program. You can join the WhatsApp group as well for support and ask questions anytime you want. And answers are not just going to come from me, but from other members of the group. In fact, let me use this opportunity to thank those that have already joined our group and are contributing in the group. So if you join our group, you also benefit from the post-training benefit and questions from members that are already part of this group, challenges they are facing, also learning from each other, not just me, which is very, very important as well. Yeah.
All right, I will take a short break and we'll be right back. You are listening to the Ndalama Insights Radio Show, brought to you by Insight Partners Africa.
You are still listening to the Ndalama Insights Business Show, brought to you by Insight Partners Africa. Leave your comment or question on Mukonki.Mukonkela's YouTube channel. The Ndalama Insights, turning your challenges into actionable insights.
Great, you are listening to the Ndalama Insights radio show, and of course today we're talking about the Learn About Bonds and Stocks and Invest with Confidence workshop. With us in the studio is Mukonki Mukonkela from Insight Partners Africa. We've spoken quite a bit about how you can register and how you make payments and so on and so forth. Let's talk about support though after the workshop, the post-workshop support. Will there be any follow-up sessions or resources available after the workshop?
Thank you, Leslie. And perhaps I should answer before I come to that important question you're asking. Perhaps I should also share the cost of this workshop so that people know it's a mere 1,500 per full day at Radisson Blue. That's 1,500 kwacha per day. So if you want to attend the September 7th workshop on GRZ bonds only, you only pay 1,500. If you want to attend the stocks, investing in stocks, you pay 1,500. So it is a very minimal investment value that you are going to get. You are going to get massive value from this training. And this is at a hotel where you're accommodated very well comfortably. In fact, I've done workshops at Rises on Blue for quite a long time now. And they provide exceptional service, and the food is delicious. I mean, first of all, let me tell you what took me to Radisson Blue in the first place, Leslie. I love their tea. They used to have this beautiful tea, and I keep telling them that, which unfortunately they no longer have. So they used to have this beautiful tea with different flavors. And the first time I went there, I drank that tea and I was hooked. Can you imagine? Hooked on tea. So the venue is fantastic. Of course, the facilitator is extremely exceptional. I'm going to ensure that I deliver the best training you can ever get on GRZ bonds and stocks. Now, coming to your question in terms of the support post-training. So I try as much as possible. No wonder I share my phone number. I mean, very few people would share their phone numbers on a platform like this, but I'm really, really open. And anyone can call me and ask questions without a fee. Even those that have never attended my trainings, people call me and I respond to their questions. So the post-training support that I'm trying to establish, in fact, this is something that I'm working on actively, Leslie, to try to create a system around this. First of all, we are starting with this WhatsApp group, firstly, so that we know the people that are committed to this journey of investing in bonds and shares. So once our WhatsApp group is firmly established, we will then start, tapping into other support, post-training supports that we can be offering each other. There's quite a number of ideas that I'm thinking of, and hopefully before the end of the year, this is going to start taking shape. But for a start, we have this WhatsApp group. We also have the YouTube channel. Okay, I will have specific videos that are accessible only to those that have attended our trainings before and are part of our WhatsApp group. So in future, the YouTube videos that you see will not be accessible to everyone. They will be unique. We can call them VIP access, special videos that I really tap into the details that are accessible only to those that have attended. Because, attending a workshop is also showing support. Support and supporting Insight Partners to ensure we continue doing our work and not just providing this pro bono service as we've done on the Ndalama Insights for so many years. Yeah.
It does make quite a lot of sense, but it also shows your commitment to ongoing education. Now, for our listeners, who want to register or get more information, can you remind us of the best way to do that?
So at the moment, the best way for you to register is to send me a text message or WhatsApp. I will forward you the bank details, because registration is first by payment. Once we see the payment through, we know that you're committed. And then we will add you to the registration list, send you the pre-workshop questionnaire, and then we start, prepping you for this training. Without making the payment, we will know that you're not committed, obviously. So if you are committed to attending this training before the deadline date, make a payment. Once you make the payment, and how you do that is, I'll share my number, 0977 44 5604. 0977 44 5604. You request for the course agenda and bank details. I will send you the course agenda, bank details. You make the payment. We will see the payment on our business online, Stanbic Business Online, and we'll get back to you, providing you with an invoice and a receipt and confirming that you're going to start attending. And then we'll also send you a pre-workshop questionnaire to understand a little bit about you, which is why it's very important for you to pay weeks before the training, so that even as we do the training, I've known you a little bit, rather than many people like to wait until the deadline. Rather than 2 days before the training, that's when you pay, and there's very little that we know about you, and it's going to be a generic training that you're going to receive. If you're able to respond weeks before, we can actually have a very exciting time together, because I'll have known a little bit about you, your journey, where you are coming from, what you're aiming to achieve. And then even as I deliver the training, I'm training in response to your requirements and needs. Yeah.
Now, any final words for our listeners?
Final words, Leslie. In fact, let me appeal to you as well. I'd love to see you at Radisson Blue on the 7th. It's Saturday. What will you be doing on Saturday, Leslie?
I'm sure I'll definitely.
You see, this time around, I will make sure you are there. No, because many of you journalists like to say, I'll be there, and then that's it. But this time around, you are going to be there. So, so I would like to extend this invitation to everybody listening, those that are working, those that are not working, employers as well. Employers make investments in training. This is a great opportunity to show that you value your employees. I know personal finance is probably a cost that many employers might not pay for you, which is why the cost is actually even 1,500. Our other courses are quite on a higher end, Leslie. So even employers that are listening, if you value your employees, you want to see them perform well in their work. Financial literacy is very important, because if an employee is taking care of their finances, they are living a better life. They'll even be able to do their work better. So employers that are listening, send your employees to this training, and you are going to see a better, mindset from your employees, better management of finances personally, and they'll also be able to manage your finances in your company responsibly as well. So I appeal to employers also to send their employees, to individuals also. No wonder this is just a 1,500, so that we can have as many people attend. For me, it's also just seeing different stories of people and their journey towards this, financial independence. So I'm really excited to see the turnout that we're going to have.
And I'm kind of hoping that some companies sort of see this as an eye opener. I've noticed a lot of people who are retiring and are heading towards retirement. They've got a year to go. They've got a few months to go. This is one critical workshop I think they should be attending. So if you're supervising people are retiring anytime soon, it's a good idea for your company to sort of invest in something like this for your workers, because the people do get quite confused when they retire. There's some people who retire without a plan, and there's some people who retire with some form of a plan, but they need help. They need advice here and there. You've been working your whole life, and then all of a sudden you're going to be going out there into the wilderness, as we call it. How do you ensure that you're comfortable? How do you ensure that the money you've worked for all these years actually starts working for you after you retire? And you don't make the proverbial mistake of buying a truck. Or deciding to start farming at 55 or at 65. You've never done it before in your life. So these are some of the courses that I think are necessary, and I definitely do hope companies are taking it seriously. And then they allow their workers, or they pay for their employees to actually come and take part in such a course.
Fantastic contribution, Leslie. I don't mean not even had any more words to what you've said. Yeah.
Konke, you have a great day. We've come to the end of the show for today.
Thank you, you too, and everybody else also have a fantastic day as well.
Definitely. So our listeners, remember, the Learn About Bonds and Stocks and Invest with Confidence workshop is on September the 7th and 21st at the Radisson Blu Hotel. Early bird registration ends on August 15th, and it's already ended, isn't it?
Yeah, for the early bird, right, where you get a discount. Yeah.
So but the final registration closes on August 31st. You can also visit insightpartners.com/workshop to secure your spot. Thank you for tuning in this morning.
You have been listening to Dalama Insights